Hello world. Planet Phoebe at Occupy DC. I just watched someone take a photograph from that ladder there to this spot on the ground that a tent left, documenting the impression that someone has left here at Occupy DC. Occupy DC a couple weeks after Zuccotti Park no longer has any tents or tarps or semi-permanent structures, now has a whole bunch. The entire park is not filled. There's still a lot of space. You could squeeze bodies in there. And a whole portion of the park that the other day when they did the farmhouse thing, that is still not being used yet over here. But most of the rest of the park is covered with different sorts of tents. What I've learned in less than a day here is that there's a couple of Occupies going on in DC. That there's Occupy DC and Occupy Washington DC, and the one protest was, I believe, a anti-war protest going on before the Zuccotti occupation began. As someone commented a few minutes ago, the people on that have their stuff up on pallets are going to be better insulated against the weather. Take you back to my tent a second, where I stayed last night with a couple people from Austin. These are the conditions that people live under in occupation circumstances. Fairly sanitary. Reminds me of another long-standing occupation that I've lived at before, which is in Australia, the Australian Tent Embassy. Another thing that I recommend everyone Google. I dropped my hat, picked it up, stepped on it. Planet Phoebe, signing off.